So I just was like scrolling on TikTok, bro, and I saw this guy making videos about weird laws that existed that you didn't really know existed, right? So that line kind of like got me deeper to looking into videos, and then I came across this. So this is a video of really crazy laws that you didn't know existed.
Didn't know existed in the USA. Sharing passwords, Tennessee.
But
The
it's like
Netflix password
that's more
is
like
key
your
to having near
own choice,
infinite
right?
movie choices. Since a single account can accommodate up to 5 profiles, passwords are usually given out liberally to friends and family. This means
Yeah.
that 1/3 of Netflix users don't actually pay to use the
Oh,
service.
that's actually
And if
crazy.
you're in the entertainment biz, then you already know that this is a very troubling statistic.
I understand
Instead of
that
paying
Netflix,
for entertainment,
for
some people
example,
decide to
thinks it's
torrent,
fucked up.
illegally stream, or use a friend's password. Music artists
But technically,
in
I
Tennessee
pay
were
for
well
this,
aware
so
of
it's
this
my own
problem
choice
when
what to
they
do with it,
pressured the
right?
government to take action against piracy. This country music state finally passed a bill in 2011 that made sharing login
Imagine going
information
to jail for
entertainment sites a
sharing your
criminal offense.
password. That's
This
crazy.
applies to sites like Netflix, iTunes, Napster, and so on. Sharing a password for content worth $500 or less can land you a $2,500 fine and
Oh.
up to a year in jail.
See,
Exceeding
jail,
more
bro,
than
for
$500
like sharing your
worth of entertainment
password.
is considered to be a felony charge. Executives at Netflix claim that this law doesn't affect close friends, family members, or roommates, but the Tennessee government is much less specific.
Oh,
Shooting
so it's
Bigfoot,
just like people don't know.
Washington.
I guess.
In 1967,
Shooting-
Roger
Now you first need to know if he's alive or not, bro.
A tall, hairy, human-like figure walking along a creek in Northern California. This video would later go on to become the most famous Bigfoot footage in history.
Imagine
and is
if
still
he's actually
considered by
alive.
many as the
That
most
would be
convincing
crazy.
evidence of the creature's existence. Upon the release
I mean, you
of the
never
film,
know, right?
Bigfoot's popularity exploded in the
But
USA
it would just kinda
and
be
coincided
weird,
with a
you
bunch
know?
of sightings in the Pacific Northwest. With sightings so abundant and the evidence so substantive, even the government took the hysteria seriously at the time. In 1969, legislators in Skamania
But it's
County,
crazy that they actually have a law for
Washington,
that.
wrote a Bigfoot law. Executing the creature became a felony, punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
See, that's
This
what I
law
mean.
remained for 50
But, like,
years before
you need to
legislators
know if he's
decided that
alive
it
or
needed
not,
to be
right?
changed.
To
However,
actually
instead of
get a
removing
law
the
like that, because
ridiculous
otherwise it
law,
doesn't
they
make any
just reduced
sense.
the sentence. Slaying the Sasquatch became a misdemeanor rather than a felony, punishable by a $1,000 fine and 1 year in jail. They also attached a few clauses. One of the clauses explained that if the Sasquatch is closer to human
This
than
is-
ape, the
I
perpetrator
actually,
would be tried
like,
under existing
do they actually take this
homicide
seriously,
laws.
like-
Surprisingly, nobody has ever gone to court over these laws.
Yeah, that's not like so
Swearing,
surprising to be honest.
Virginia. We'd expect
Really?
to find a law like this in Singapore or North Korea, but no, there's a law against swearing right in the heart of American freedom. Virginia and West Virginia have laws in place that prohibit
do they actually,
swearing
like,
in
follow that
public.
law?
According to a 2005 record, West Virginia upholds this law with a swear jar-like system. It says that any person caught swearing would be fined $1 for each offense. We're
Oh,
not kidding you. An American
that's
state
not
is
like
run
a
like
lot
a
of money.
ninth grade classroom with a strict teacher. Virginia's current code doesn't
Imagine
include
getting,
a
like,
dollar
fined
penalty,
$1
but it
for
still
swearing.
criminalizes
That's, like,
swearing. In fact,
that's
the
crazy.
punishment is more severe, with the potty mouth being guilty of a Class 4 misdemeanor. This means a $250 fine. Thankfully, somebody
That's
tried
already
to stop
a
this
bit more.
nonsense. Michael Webert, a Virginia state delegate, proposed a bill for the 2018 season.
But that's
that would
actually
abolish
crazy that
this
that's
law.
like a thing.
He has the same gripes we do, finding the censorship to be unconstitutional. Unfortunately, the bill was presented in January and was almost
actually, like,
unanimously
wonder,
rejected.
do a lot of people
Webert has
actually get
proposed
fined
the
for
same
this?
bill for 4 years and has been vetoed every time. Eating fried chicken with a fork, Georgia. Gainesville, Georgia considers itself
You know what I'm
the
wondering
fried
right
chicken
now?
capital of America.
Let's say
though
I'm-
Kentucky has
I'm
certainly
eating
surpassed
chicken
Georgia in
with a
fried
fork.
chicken fame. Georgia dug
First of all,
its
I don't know
heels
how
into
you
the
eat it,
self-proclaimed
but
title
let's say
in
I am, right?
1961. Hoping to draw
And
some
there's a cop
publicity
next
to
to
their
me.
cause, Gainesville
Will he actually,
legislators
like-
wrote into law
Will he actually arrest me?
law that it's illegal to eat
I
fried
don't know.
chicken with
I
anything
don't know
other
if
than
that's-
your bare hands. That means no fork,
Did he
knife,
actually,
gloves,
like-
or any other utensil.
Yeah,
you
did they
use.
actually arrest
This
you
is
for that?
because, as
Or are
the
they just
law
like...
states, fried chicken
Do
is
they even know that's a
sacred and
law
must be
for
eaten
themselves?
respectfully.
Like, I
Though
don't
it
know.
started
It's
as a
it's
publicity
interesting.
stunt, this law is still in effect and is sometimes even enforced. In
Oh, shit.
2009, a 91-year-old woman was arrested for eating fried chicken with a fork. She was visiting from Louisiana and, of course, didn't know about the strange law.
Yeah,
Police
I don't think
officers
anybody
caught
knows
the
about
woman
that.
defaming the chicken at a restaurant and charged her with the crime. Luckily, she was pardoned commissioned by the Gainesville mayor who just happened to be in the same restaurant. If you
That's
haven't figured it out
crazy.
already, this was just an elaborate practical joke that was set up by the woman's friend. Selfies with tigers.
That's
New York.
still kind of weird.
New York is the last place we'd expect to find a law about tigers, but this next law is realer than real. Did you know that it's illegal to take a selfie with a tiger in New York State? Being an industrial capital of the world with
I mean,
no
I don't
wild
have a
tigers
tiger,
for
but
5,000 miles, this law sounds preposterous at first, but there's a good reason for it. It turns out that there was an epidemic of tiger selfies on social media, mostly on dating apps like Tinder. It got so ridiculous that in 2014, it was estimated that a tiger was featured in 1 out of every 10 male profile pictures on Tinder.
that is
Where were men
crazy.
finding these tigers to take selfies with, you ask? Traveling circuses and animal shows, where people can pay money to pose with a prized carnivore.
But that's kind of sad,
Knowing that
isn't
this
it?
practice is dangerous, New York Governor Cuomo passed a law prohibiting contact between the
I mean, for
public
the
and
animals, I
big
don't
cats.
think that's like
He
really.
is actually more worried about the tigers than the humans,
Yeah,
as they're
that's
not
what I
always
mean.
acquired through legal means and are often mistreated by exhibitors. In the law's eyes, the tiger selfies were a form of animal cruelty.
I don't know, like drugged or some shit.
Silly
Dude, like
String, New
I've seen
Jersey.
something like that before, but I'm not sure.
Remember Silly String? It's always been a favorite among children and an enemy
Oh, I remember
among
these
parents.
things. There was those things were pretty funny though.
All over the place, leaving tendrils of sticky string.
These
everywhere.
things, bro,
Most
they
of today's
suck when they
kids
get
have
on you, bro.
replaced
That's
Silly String
it
with
is fucked up
iPads,
to have
but
them
it's
on you,
still
but
available for
it's
purchase at
really
dollar
fun to
stores.
spray just on people. See, I made a sentence right, and in like the middle of the sentence, I knew that it would sound really fucking weird.
Fourth Parade was vandalized by silly string wielding miscreants. Using the string in public is punishable by a $1,000 fine.
That's
or
actually a lot of money,
90
bro,
days
for
in
that.
Jail. But Ridgewood's not the only community with laws against this.
But you can really
environmental
fuck
hazard.
people up with those
Southington,
things, bro.
Connecticut has had
I'm not
its
even
own
gonna lie, you can
ban in
really,
effect
like,
since 1996.
I swear,
The
bro,
town
people are gonna
council
you
first
can
sought
really
to
piss them
ban even
off.
the possession of silly string in private homes, but ultimately limited their law to public spaces. Even Los Angeles had a temporary ban on the menace. On Halloween night 2004, it was illegal to use, possess,
To be honest,
sell,
the things
or
do really
distribute silly
fucking
string in
be
Hollywood.
annoying as hell.
Doing so would
But
have
it's
gotten
fun.
you a $1,000 fine or 6 months in jail. Billboards, Hawaii.
Really?
Billboards are so typically American that it's hard to believe that they're outlawed in some states. Hawaii was the trailblazer for this
I didn't
radical
know
law,
that.
enacting a ban on billboards in 1927. This was a result of a lobbying by an activist club called the Outdoor Circle. This group made it their sworn duty to preserve
Well,
Hawaii's
what's the point of
natural
that?
beauty,
Like-
which had become obscured by an influx of billboards erected in the previous years.
I
They
don't-
forced the bill into
I like
office, and
billboards.
Hawaii
No, no, you
became
can,
the
like-
first billboard-free
it's
zone in America.
just a good way
The
to
law does have
advertise
some
your stuff.
exceptions, however, like advertising official notices or important information. Following in Hawaii's footsteps, Vermont banned billboards in 1968, Maine in 1977, and Alaska in 1998. As you can tell, it was the more serene
But I don't
states
really
that
see,
hopped
like,
on at the
point of
anti-billboard
it,
wagon,
like-
but even Texas ended up getting involved. Since the late
Maybe
2000s,
people think
a
it, like,
war has
ruins the
been
view or
raging over
something.
billboard
I don't
usage
know.
in Houston and its surrounding areas. Billboards are now limited on Texas highways, which is an extension of the Countrywide Highway Beautification Act passed in 1965. Cutting a cactus, Arizona.
Really?
This next law almost
I-
sounds
I-
like a joke.
You know what I
that
do wonder?
Arizonans
Like
love their
who,
cactus.
like who the fuck comes out with these things, bro? Who does it? Like who is the person that comes out with these laws?
Of cacti, and the punishment is severe. The law states that it is unlawful
I don't even know
for a
why you really
person
wanna,
to
like,
destroy,
cut a
dig
cactus,
up,
to be
mutilate,
honest.
collect, cut, harvest, or take any living, highly safeguarded native plant, or the living parts of any highly safeguarded native plant.
Yeah, I
Though
don't
the
really know
law
what the
is not
point of it
limited to
is. Like, what the
cacti,
fuck do I need with
saguaro
a
cactus is Arizona's
part of a
sacred lamb,
cactus, you
and
know?
it's fiercely most recognizable plants in the world.
To be honest,
Lawmakers
though,
take the saguaro
a
so
cactus does look
seriously
really
that
cool.
harming
I don't
one
know
is a
why, but it
class
just has
4
something, you
felony,
know?
punishable by up to 4 years in prison. You need special permits
That's
before tampering
crazy.
with a saguaro,
That's
even if it's
actually
on
crazy
your
that
own
you go-
property. And
bro,
this
you
law
can
is
go
actually
to jail for
enforced.
4
In
years, bro,
2014, a 16-year-old
for cutting a
boy was
fucking
arrested in
cactus. That's
Scottsdale for
crazy.
cutting off a saguaro's arm. Damages to the
I wonder how many people
150-year-old
actually, like,
cactus range
went to
between
jail for that.
$5,000 and $10,000, and the boy faced
But that's a
felony
lot,
charges.
bro.
Painting poultry, Rhode Island. While we're glad that there are laws against animal cruelty, this Rhode Island law seems too specific to be necessary. According to state legislature, it is unlawful for any person to dye a chick, duckling, or other live poultry.
But that's also just really like weird. Honestly, is it like that's not really like normal, is it? It is pretty weird, right?
To have in his or her possession any chick, duckling, or other live poultry which has been died. We wonder how Rhode Islanders can manage after the passing of such an oppressive law. It's their right to paint their chickens, but seriously, a person who is found guilty of this offense can be punished with a $500 fine.
Why would you like? I still don't really understand. Why would you do it? Like, what's the fucking point?
Such a law? Well, it turns out that in some locations, dyeing poultry with vibrant colors is an Easter tradition. The chicks and ducklings are then displayed in fairs or
weird.
sold as colorful Easter gifts. The dye can harm the animals, and it also turns them into aesthetic objects that get neglected and discarded. And Rhode Island's not the only state with an animal dye ban.
I just wonder, like, why the fuck would you think of doing that, you know?
Pretending to be married, North Carolina.
Again, why the fuck would you do that? Like, what's the point of doing that?
Regarding public and private decency. Most relate to marriage or the falsification of marriage.
You're just married or you're not, but why would you pretend to be married?
Like, a man over the age of 16
that doesn't make any sense.
To a girl without meaning it. He basically can't seduce her with marriage.
Why would you do it? As a prank. I mean, it's a good prank, right?
Women who are not married to share the same hotel room for an immoral purpose. That this can be allowed in 2018 is ridiculous, but this next one will make the latter seem normal. By far,
I didn't know that was a thing.
Law is that no couple can pretend to be married when checking into a hotel. This means that any person trying to conceal an affair is subject to legal action. It's a class 2
but I didn't know it was like,
by 60 days in
you know,
jail
that
and a
deep.
$1,000 fine. While we don't know if the law is still in force, pretending to be married is the least indecent thing one can do. So we hope that front desk clerks just let it slide.
You can see, honestly, bro, some of these are actually like really fucking crazy. The fact that you can go to jail for 4 years for cutting a cactus, bro, that one is actually, that actually surprises me. That's actually the one that's like, I don't know how to feel about it. It's just really weird. Let me know in the comments which one surprised you the most, and then also while you do that, also just leave a like and subscribe. I mean, you're busy anyway now, so hopefully I will see you in the next video then. So bye.